This time we're doing a mid lane coaching with one of his favorite gods, Discordia. We have Mr. Decord from the stream. I think this is his first night watching, has jumped in, and we are coaching him through some mid lane gameplay. So we'll get in game. We'll see how it goes. Mr. Decord, are you there?
I am here and I am ready.
My man. All right. Little scene transition.
I know buns right now, Thor. Oh, nice job.
Nice job.
Brilliant. You should be focusing to like clear the wave right here as fast as possible. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful.
You guys are slapping.
Slapping from the get-go.
Yeah, we can pressure the red.
Classics, thank you for the follow.
Here I would be popping a potion before I would even enter the jungle, just in case you guys are going to be taking a fight. So you wanted to, basically what I said, I don't know if the mic picked it up, is like I would have popped a potion before I
sit in here for cooldowns. We can turn on. Nice job, nice rotation. I have 2. Nice job.
Nice, that was beautiful. You're trying to go to the mid wave. Try to go to the mid wave. Just ignore your teammates now. Wait, you guys are still fighting?
Yeah, I'm going back to mid wave.
Yeah. I wouldn't bother anymore. Basically, what I said, I don't know if the mic picked it up before you enter the jungle. You probably should have just popped your healing potion.
So much sexier.
Because that health pot would have actually helped you quite a bit, especially if you were to like fight, which in that case you did, you know. So that was like the only little thing that you could have done at that point in time. But apart from that, yeah, everything was pretty much flawless.
Okay, I shouldn't have popped mana potion because I have Q, right?
I mean, no, you can. You don't really need to, like, especially if you're going to be using your abilities, right, which you will. So you don't need to worry about it.
Make sure you tap up with Ku on your tower line. All right, thank you for the sub classics. Sorry about that. We're in the middle of instruction there. Appreciate it, brother. Welcome to the sub squad. You're a god. Thank you, man. Thank you for the follow and the sub. You're insane, brother.
Yeah, you should be hitting level 5 over mids. I would just get the mids here because there is nothing else. You don't have a reason to follow him.
I should have done that.
Yeah, so basically, like, you're about like what, 60% HP. You're looking to like get your boots as fast as possible. You don't really care too much for fighting him or any of that, in my opinion. Like, yeah, you guys are ahead, which is brilliant. But what I would do right now is just...
Is that a gifted sub, or are you just happy to see me?
I think I'm gonna have to tab out because my Discord volume is kind of low and I need to turn.
Right, you're fine. I would just back.
Yeah, try wait for this back range. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I mean you can definitely, because like you definitely delayed it by a decent amount of time, but like I would have backed on the very last wave. The reason I would have backed is because the faster you get your boots online, the better. And not only that, if you're looking at the bottom left mids, the left mids have been up.
Is that a gifted sub, or are you just happy to see me?
Very long time now, right? So like nobody has been touching them
left backs
whatsoever.
Left backs, yeah.
Did I not say left backs?
No, you said left mids.
Left mids.
Hippie, thank you for the gift. It's the Forsaken Knowledge and King Par. Forsaken King, welcome to the sub squad, boys. Sorry, Hippie. My bad, man. I wanted to let Wlfy finish. He talks a lot, doesn't he?
I'm sorry, man. Get backs. Just don't bother with the mid wave because the Amy is going to be clearing.
Yeah, the Amaterasu clears.
So you get, yeah. I mean, well, she should have at the very least, right?
Oh, I just said Forsaken. I don't think well, yeah, Forsake King. Get it? Yeah, there's nothing for you in the mid wave here. I would go to your red.
So get the red buff.
Yeah.
You get the red buff, you get the mids, and then you get to the mid wave. Hold on, triple splitting. Oof. I'd be fuming. I would be fuming.
Get the fuck away from my farm, man.
So most of the time, I mean, this is just me nitpicking, but most of the time you don't really have to like.
Sorry, I don't know.
Big ult.
That's unbelievable. I give the shot. Nice.
Boom, baby. Nice prediction.
That was a good prediction. Yeah, so most of the time when you're going to be doing mids, apart from like the big mids, obviously, you will not need to use abilities, especially if you're going to be having your jungler around, because that's pretty much wasted mana, right? So yeah, throw your what's called your ward, and then like just go back to mid, clear your mid wave, just get efficiency. I'd go to back camps right away. So left backs, because they're about to spawn right now. So basically, what you're doing with this rotation right here, you're going to be doing something every time, and you're going to be getting your farm up, and this is like the most amount of efficiency you can get out of this. Because
Forsaken, this is live, dude.
Because the mid wave was already cleared, so what you can do in between is like just get the camp, which like the back camps or like the back lefts are probably like the best value that you can get out of this.
Yeah,
This is
maybe.
kind of a good
I like-
teaching moment for everybody. I see a lot of supports and mid laners do this. Like they use 2 abilities on camps, even though
Be careful here.
that's a risky path there.
Oh, he actually
Caught your dash.
Oh, yeah, you catch him.
Okay.
You're actually fine.
Kind
of a bad fight here. Like if your jungler's there,
Nice dash.
really nice dash, yeah.
I have ult.
Yeah, go for the Poseidon here.
Touch him. Oh, my bad. I had 2.
That's okay. That's okay.
Like if you have your jungler with you on
Because I
side
hit
camps,
backs.
like, don't use abilities, just auto attack shit.
Yeah. I need to get in a better habit of that. I just try to
So
do it too fast.
what you're going to be doing here? Clear the midway fast. Clear the midway fast because the mid laner is dead. You go to
then
the
I can
midway.
go for right
Yeah,
up, right
you,
here.
you go mid. No, you go for mids because like the greedy little bitchy jungler is on your red buff for some reason. It's too greedy. Go for mids. Right mids. So
Does he pick up the red first?
I'm just gonna like AFK for like 1 second, and now's a good time to turn you up.
oh right, okay. You
Sure.
couldn't hear
If
me.
it'll let me.
Right, I got you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that should be good now.
Someone tell Zuffer to play a
Right,
real game so,
so-
that this doesn't last
So
fucking 6 minutes.
basically what I told you, but like you weren't able to hear me whatsoever, is that because the mid laner was dead, you would have pushed that wave, which you already did. However, your jungler has already gotten your red buff. So because your jungler dropped your red buff, what you do at that point in time, you go ahead and get your mids. So you get the mids, and then you pick up your red buff because the red buff is not going to be dropping by the time you're going to get there.
Yeah, take
Here-
his backs. 'cause he's a
Here,
little
for
bitch.
example, like yeah, get the back camps, clear the next mid wave. But what I would have done beforehand, I would have backed already. Like as soon as you cleared the last mid wave, I would have backed because you already have like 2.1k gold.
Yep.
And that is an insane amount of gold to have on you.
Yeah. So like I should be backing on this, right?
Oh yeah, I mean like considering just combo him, considering that well you can, because the jungler is back in mid lane. Yeah, just clear this and then like you can just dip. This is one thing that like I always wonder why many people do it. Like you walk up on the mid wave, you put yourself in danger to get ganked all the time and
Yeah,
take
that's true,
damage
that's
from
true.
minions.
I guess I just did it to avoid the creep damage. That was literally my only reason. The melee creep damage. That was my only reason for that. But other than that, I shouldn't be doing that.
Because you can always like just wait for your abilities. I mean, like I'm not saying it's like terrible, you know, like by any means,
Yeah, but it's
because
just
you're
riskier.
fine. But you're going to be getting into a bad habit, and there are going to be points where you're going to be walking up and try to clear the mid wave, and then you're just going to be getting ganked, and you're going to die for that reason. Especially that like as a mid laner, there is the intersection of everybody being in the mid lane. Nice, that was beautiful.
That's a really nice strike.
Yeah, I would drop my ult right here. Perfect. Yeah, use your abilities again. Brilliant. You're clean.
No, my autos.
That's okay.
Oh,
That's
nice
okay.
job.
Yeah, just I mean, so here you have a couple of things that you can do. You can do the Gold Fury as a team. You can push the mid
Yeah.
tower. You can go for your red buff, which is exactly what you're doing right now. You can get back camps after the red buff, right? And or you can go for
And
the
I
mid
can, like,
wave.
push mid wave for.
Yeah, or you can get the mid wave and then go for the right backs. Either way, you have like so many options right here, and none of them are wrong.
Yeah, like the map's really open for me. Right now.
And
I think the midway is probably like I would have gone mid tower there. Just with how many people were dead. I mean I probably would have called mid tower just because we're leaving pressure that early.
So-
especially on a god that doesn't have an escape like Poseidon. I would have gone mid tower. I
Right.
don't know about you.
So in my eyes, I would have not gone mid tower, and the reason I would have not gone mid tower is because there is too much farm on the map to get.
Gotcha.
So if there wasn't so much farm on the map to get, such as, for example, red buff, bone back camps, enemy back camps, enemy red buff, whatever it is, right? In that case, you
Ooh,
go
you
for
hit
the
that.
mid. You go for the mid tower no matter what. But if there is farm, you always want your farm because the farm is going to be more valuable
Watch your positioning here.
than the tower. Drop a ward right
Yeah,
there.
throw a ward so that your team can see them.
Yeah, throw a ward, then you show presence there.
Oh.
That's okay. That's okay. You're completely fine. Be careful where you position yourself here. Pop the potion. You're good. You weren't pulled whatsoever. But
yeah,
that's
that
okay.
that's confusion on his ult.
That's
Nice.
okay. Nice, good jump
Good
right there.
repositioning. You're gonna eat this.
That's fine. That's fine.
Get
Stay
out.
staying there. Just walk towards the red buff.
That's
So
unfortunate. Yeah, I was
right
playing a
there,
little deep.
that was completely fine to like turn around and put damage in. Like by no means that was bad, right? Like that was fine. But I feel like if you were to like walk straight towards the red buff instead of like turning around and put damage in, I feel like you might have lived because you did put
Yeah.
one basic attack and then you used your wand, right? So you gave enough time to the air. I mean, you gave enough time to Ares to actually look your way and then try to chain you.
The other
Should I
thing
just go on Soul Reaver here?
I would be
I would get
getting
your
Divine Ruin
Divine.
personally because you're playing against the
Divine,
Cthulhu, and Cthulhu in his ultimate and plus Chuck as well. Chuck sustain is going to be big, right? So you want to shut that down as much as possible.
Oh, does Cthulhu get
Cthulhu,
he
Cthulhu
heals.
has a heal on his third ability from his ultimate. Another big thing here is that if, for example, the way you build this is perfect. If you don't need anti-healing, which is Divine Ruin, right? You can go for Soul Gem, and Soul Gem will be helping you quite a lot because so first of all, third item Soul River is good, but it's unnecessary the way I see it, because you're not going to be getting nearly as much value.
Right?
What's happened?
Is it based on percentage?
The amount of healing that you have.
The extra damage from the passive.
Well, the penetration, yes, is based on percentage, but the passive is based on like the amount of HP that you have. So the more HP you have, the more you're going to be shredding.
No. Well, the more HP they have.
The more HP. Oh, sorry. The more HP
so,
they have, the more HP you're going to shred.
So this early in the game, they don't have a ton of HP, so the Soul Reaver passive.
So for example, in like your case, you have like 1.2, right? Like the enemy mid laner is going to be having like probably is level 10, so he's going to be having 1k. So if you're going to be having a Soul Reaver passive, there is not going to be helping too much, anyways. Like it will help, but like it's not going to be nearly as much as it will help you towards the end of the mid game to the late game, let's say.
We can do gold here, right?
Oh yeah, easily. I mean, you guys don't even need to sit around for the red buff. You can if you really want to, but it's a free gold fury. Good poke right there. That's brilliant. Yeah, that was clean.
Oh, this is really well played.
Yeah, I would pull it because like you're the healthy one till like all your teammates are going to come around. Dash. I mean, use your dash
I
here.
can drop it for online here.
Yeah, just drop it. And so what I would have done here in if it was myself, I would have just used the Discordia dash. So I can just like get the exactly. You use it for the cooldowns. That would have been perfect for you.
So that's kind of a good point. I want to get your opinion on this, Wlfy. So my opinion of Discordia is she is an immobile mage, like Zeus, Opwatch, Ra, with a cooldown accelerator. I don't see her as somebody who has a leap because it's not very impactful. It's very short, right?
Right.
And I think if you play her from a positioning perspective,
I forgot clear wave.
like you would if you had no dash, and you use that as a cooldown reset, you play her way more effectively. So you're positioning where you're fighting over walls, you know, where you're not making yourself seen, but you're using that reset to help yourself. I like playing her that way.
Yes and no. It depends what you play against. Depends what you play against and what are the surroundings. So for example, if you play against someone that you really need to use your dash, fucking hell, that guy just dies from your combo. Yeah, so if you're playing her against someone that, like, let's say, I don't know, you're doing an objective, right, and there is no threat around.
Yeah,
brilliant. Use your dash for cooldown reduction. If you're playing her in a team fight and there is someone that is like threatening you, that you feel like that is going to kill you, and your jump will actually help you avoid some damage, then you 100% save it for that situation where they are going to go on you, and then you're going to be dashing away, and you're going to be avoiding X amount of damage, and then you're going to be using the cooldown reduction, right? And you're going to be spamming abilities and all that stuff. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Well,
it's no big deal.
I think they're occupied.
So one thing I would tell you right there. Oh, nice. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Careful with the Ares. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
What?
Nice. Well done. Be careful there.
Yeah, I see you watch my.
Like right there where nobody was gonna like really kill him, I would have used my 3 to get the cooldowns for the fight, right? Because it's 4v2.
Yeah, he could have, but like I still don't think it's like the end of the world, anyways. So one thing I would tell you with Discordia at the very least, when you're gonna be using like your 2, don't try necessarily to like use your 1 exactly on the target that you already 2'd, right? Try to use it like to go a little bit further than that, because it's not gonna matter.
Okay.
So it's not gonna matter it's gonna be going further or not, because you're gonna be hitting the target no matter the situation, right? So
Yeah,
for example, in that Ares case, right, he was backpedaling, and you try to use your 1 directly above his head, right? Because he backpedaled, you were unable to hit it. If you were to use it a little bit further, then in that case you would have hit him no matter the situation, and then If your additional damage from like the mini orbs hit him, great. If they don't, then it's whatever. You already poked him out to begin with. But no, I mean, apart from that, like you pretty much had like clean gameplay. I mean, you've done what you were supposed to do. Use your dash correctly, use your farm correctly. Didn't make too many mistakes whatsoever. So I mean, yeah, that was pretty clean, man. Well done.
Nice job, man.
That was fun.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.